I recently moved back to Zimbabwe after 11 good years living abroad, mostly to get educated as a civil engineer, then going on to specialize in geotechnical engineering. Since I came back, the first thing that I want to do is renovate the house that I grew up in. And as a civil engineer, I will manage and document the whole project. I have experience in designing structures and managing projects abroad, but not in Zimbabwe. So this will be beneficial for me to understand the Zimbabwean construction environment. This will be my first time managing a construction project in Zimbabwe, which I'm excited about, plus Padempa. And as you know, charity begins at home. This is where all my dreams began. I will take you through all the phases of the project, from the planning, preparation, through to the interior finishing touches, and highlight the cost of materials and the labor and all the challenges that I faced. This video will be the first of a series of videos about this project. Let's dive in. When this area of DZ, or Dzwarasekwa for those who know it, was initially developed in the early 90s, the stands were sold with only 3 rooms plus a bathroom and a toilet. Then around 1999 or 2000 thereabouts, the house was extended. I still have vague memories of the construction project. I still remember I was really young, I think around 5 or 6 years old back then. However, when the new structure was built, the old structure was not improved to match the dimensions of the new structure. Therefore, we have a mismatch in the roof height and the width of the buildings, which is exactly what I want to rectify and modernize the old section of the house. The first thing that I have done so far is to get the original plan modified as highlighted on the new plan, which I had to pay $150 to an architect, plus the $98 that I had to pay for the submission to the council, which is something you need to do when you're doing major house modifications. This will add approximately 9.8 square meters of space, which is something great because I'm trying to utilize as much space as possible. Once the project has been finalized, I will do a complete project cost breakdown. As we all know, the initial project cost is only indicative at best, and it doesn't really give us a full picture of the total cost at the end of the project. As for the first phase of the construction works, we need to remove the existing roof beams and level the interior walls to the current ring beam level, then demolish the southwest wall. The second phase of the construction is digging up the new foundation to support the new southwest wall, building up the wall, building the gable, installing the truss system, and then the roof. At that point, the main construction works will be done. For the interior and exterior utilities like the toilets, the showers, and the kitchen sinks, I will use the existing sewer system and water pipes. What I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to reuse as much of the existing materials as possible to minimize the total cost. It's almost the end of September right now, and I plan to finish at least the main construction project before the rainy season, which means I need to sit down with the subcontractors, that is the builders and the carpenters, as soon as possible to develop the construction schedule that will guide us during the construction project. I think it's always helpful to have a proper timeline and making sure that everyone involved in the project is well informed on exactly what's going on at the present time and what is to come after. As for the materials that I need from the construction quotations I got from the subcontractors, I need about 3,000 bricks, 20 bags of cement, 20 cubic pit sand, 10 cubic river sand, 2 cubic 3/4 stones, a row of DCP, 2 bunches of hoop iron, 5 rolls of brick force, and 5 liters of termite poisoning. As for the roofing, I need timber, and I have decided to go with the chromatic sheets and other accessories like wire nails and cloud nails. This is just the initial breakdown of the whole project, and from my experience, I know that not a lot of construction projects go according to the initial plan. That's just the nature of construction projects. There is always going to be the unknown unknowns. However, I truly believe that good communication between the working parties will minimize the setbacks. I will leave you with one challenge that I have faced so far. Zimbabweans, we need to do better when it comes to professionalism. You cannot expect the client to chase you for a bill of quantities. Simple things like that are really bad for business, and soon enough, as Zimbabwe continues to develop, if you don't evolve with the times and improve on these little things, you will definitely be put out of business. I will see you on the next one.